Yo,
But that makes sense mid, actually.
the stream is fucking up. What's good?
Don't worry, Max, I'll post the stream link
Demon.
for once.
Just refer them over to the spreadsheet where I have ever so kind.
True. Don't worry, Max, I'll post. Alright, put me in the lobby.
Oh yeah. Is Fabled Blue BK max mid? Or is mid still here?
Yeah, mid can't. I think.
Yeah, what's up?
Is Fabled Blue DK max? Or you know who I mean. OT. Here, actually, I know an easier way to check. I'll just check his trainer info.
I don't know who Fatal Blue DK is. So Monk's team should be Firewater, Monk, Alpha, Max, and Warax.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that Max name changed to Fabled Blue DK on Unite.
Here, I can find out right now.
Okay. Which teams? Which side? Okay, Monk. Okay, so Keedic. Is that how you pronounce it? Keedic?
Okay, I do know one of these guys. Yeah, Keedic.
Okay, nice.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's a namesake from Alpha, aka Mon Keedic, bro. The GOAT.
Yes, that is Max.
Okay.
Okay. And there's also, from the bot side, I know Fantasy. Fantasy is from Phantom Forces.
Yeah.
So, if anyone knew Phantom
They are
Forces,
missing. They're missing either Letichels or Remolston. I don't know which one.
Okay.
What to Joel? TTV.
Oh,
When are you IMAX? YT.
Why am I not IMAX YT? Because my YT isn't even IMAX. It's the bronze.
That's true.
Oops.
Alright, with the little information that you know, do you think there's gonna be any bans, any target bans, or any picks that you'll see here?
Well, I'm not sure how prepared these teams are for each other, but if I was in the position of Monk's team, I think going into it that Keedic is probably looking to keep the game as stable as possible, and that they think that they are favored in the matchup, and I probably agree. So they're most likely going to look to get rid of mons that give easy value. I'm thinking if I was going to ban versus the bottom side team, I would probably get rid of Slowbro for Letichels, or if that is how you say it. I've never said it like that before. But he is a Slowbro player, so, and it's a mon that gives easy value. So it would be a good ban to take away, in my opinion.
Alright, good to know. I wonder if we'll see any, like, hyper carry picks like Leafeon, Garchomp, anything that can, like, hard win games then from Keedic?
I think it's definitely possible. Monk is known for the Zera. We might see that.
That's true. Is he playing top lane?
Yeah, I believe he's top lane here.
Okay.
It should be Fabled Blue DK or Max in the jungle, and and Alpha bot lane.
Oh, Okay, I thought that was real for a second. So I got baited. I got caster baited. God dang.
And I'm caster baiting. Sorry.
Support bans like usual. Are we banning in? Oh, interesting.
This makes sense in this meta if you don't have anyone who's particularly comfortable on it.
Yeah. And for future reference, this is before the patch where Intel gets changed.
Oh yeah, that's happening tonight.
Right before. Well, it looks like they 1P Suicune. I do love that 1P here.
1P
now that
Suicune
Alcremie is gone.
I'm curious about how Firewater will be able to play the Suicune, as he took a break from the game around Suicune release and is only recently coming back. So we could see.
It does look like he does have EXP share on it. So is he support?
Yes,
or...
Firewater is their support.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
gotcha.
It will. Ooh,
they do have Duck Lax. I'm curious what they can do with this Duck Lax combo here.
Yeah, it's actually a big pickup.
Yeah. Duck is not an easy character to get super high value off of. It's definitely a hard character, but you can get really, really good value off of it if you're good enough.
Arm Rouge Ho from Monk. This from Keedic. I think they're most likely looking for like just a death ball team comp that can get rezzed and like just be very hard to deal with.
With a Suicune. Lots of good fighting mons.
Yeah.
I like picking the Talon here because you see that and you don't really want to fight and you want to like pick off kills and go cap and stuff, so I like that. I think Leafeon's a pretty decent pickup here. I would want to pick up some range as well, considering that they don't have any healing. Any poke would be pretty good. Okay. Azu. Azu could do good against the Snorlax.
Yeah, it's interesting that we see that. I wonder if we're going to see like a split jungle between the Azu and the Leafeon here.
Azu's good against Lax and Chomp here though, but...
Yeah, that's true. I do actually like the Azu pick a good bit.
Interesting. Do you have that A9 pick as well?
Yep.
See if there's any swaps or item changes here. We do have that Rocky Helmet on the
Monk. That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, we're changing that Curse Bangle off Leafeon, right?
Yeah, we probably will with 30 seconds. It seems like that was just the most recent played item, so it will probably change, as, hopefully.
It's been like that for a scary long while, though.
Hopefully, it'll switch to like maybe.
They don't.
Maybe like a weakness policy could be good.
Someone ping Adam. Oh god. Well. Oh, he changed it to Muscle Band at the last second.
Muscle? I don't know.
It's probably better. It's better.
It's better. Alright. Oh yeah, well then Bangle in this game. I guess it does help with the Garchomp though. But we already have Incense on Arma, so. Okay, that being said, we'll probably see this Azumarill come either... We'll probably either see Leafeon 4 ganking here, with the Azu taking blue, or we're going to see the Azumarill 4 ganking the Leafeon lane, with the Leafeon just laning normally, I assume. And it's very strong lanes on the side of EX Trainers. They've got, like, Duck with the Chomp and the Lax with the A9. It's like, you know... We see both these lanes are just going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah, especially if this Azu gets 4 pretty early because of that Suicune. Oh, it does look like we're full clearing on bot side because we have that A9.
Yeah, and it's going to instantly lose them in the mid. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Ho-Oh, which is really easy at quick clear.
Yeah, and just trading sides after that, even with the strong lane. Although I guess both teams have a strong lane here. Again, we see really strong lanes from the side of EX Trainers, but they're just choosing to clear all safes. We have the Leafeon here in top now.
Keedic also cleared safes top with that Azu.
It's Solar Blade on the Leaf.
I like that. I really like that here because we need that range.
It will probably be a little bit harder to pick up kills here in the top 3v3 though. We have A9 come top. This is
I
scary
like
for
that.
Keedic. I think
This
it's...
Lax should play a bit safe down there, though.
Hmm.
But that A9 bringing those stuns is really good.
Solar
Massive
Blade.
Leaf Blade goes out. Big stun on the Psyduck. Ooh, Psyduck just dodging that Leaf Blade perfectly. Nice. Psyduck 1 HP.
Ooh,
Gets safe.
crazy turn of events. I mean, we see the 4-man top from EX trainers, but I think where the problem is they all just walk at the bees and show vision to the other team hiding in bushes. And they didn't keep the 4-man rotation discreet at all.
We are armor cannon here. I love that we're armor cannon here.
Azu now has a big level lead on the Chomp, but he does manage to get 5 there, bringing it back to parity.
We do have, what's the move? I think it's Sky Attack on Ho.
Yes.
Is that what it's called? The one that's not Flamethrower.
Yeah. Taking a
Ho
2v4. The Lax comes in just a little bit late. And
Lax focus box, but he goes down.
a big
This A9
early
is
fight.
rushing for his bot pad to try and defend it, but I don't know what this A9 can do here. Maybe she could pick up 1 kill, but I think these caps are going in no matter what here.
Yeah, and what happened in that fight there is that the A9 just gets caught out from being a little bit too greedy for the Vs. And the Tromp goes in, I think, to try and rescue him, not realizing that it's too late and that the A9 is already gone. Wanting to make it so that they don't lose anything ends up losing them a lot more in 3 KOs there.
Chomp is already level 7 in this top path, and so is this Azu. Azu looking to tick into ult as quick as he can before this Chomp gets any higher.
Giving up the bot
They're just hitting the
pad
top
here.
objective with Talon here. They have 4 members playing for this top objective as their bot pad gets broken. They need some points on the board.
Yeah. I would have loved to see them run into the jungle there instead of running top just a second earlier on Talon when they had the chance.
Chomp Jackson misses the dragon combo. Well, Lecky goes in. They can now cap. Chomp goes down to Azu.
Yeah. It's a good play for EX trainers, managing to actually trade sides off of a pretty lost situation in the bottom path. Keedic doesn't... Seems like they're happy with the trade, or that they didn't react in time to make it so that they could win both lanes. Trump getting
Does look like
the level 9
top
here.
pad. Ho is looking for something here, but can't get anything as both their tanks are up here. Lax accidentally pushing the Ho out of the Brave Bird there.
And I'd say that this is a very favorite game for Keedic if it gets to the late game with the point lead for them. So if you are EX trainers here, you want to make a fight happen. And that's what we're seeing.
And they are. They're doing exactly that with that Garchomp ult popping out to the Azu ult in retaliation, hitting that Snorlax. Oh! And the Garchomp catching 2, but I don't know if he's able to kill and prioritize off this. But he's actually able to get 3 pickups in that fight. 1 HP as well.
This is huge, exactly what I was talking about. We see the Garchomp get the ult, and immediately he goes to this position trying to catch Keedic overstepping on vision for the top pad, and he manages to get a really good middle fight.
I don't know if you caught that on camera, but the A9 in the bot path was able to stun the Ho-Oh perfectly out of the Sky Attack there. Which, if she can pick up that later in those fights, it's a really good kill on that Ho-Oh if he overextends. Ooh, picking up that Suicune. Suicune is 1 HP, has to ult in the retaliation there. And the Talon ult doesn't pick up a kill, but is able to get out safely and go back in, catching that Leafeon out. Armor Cannon goes out, and the Ho-Oh reses too. Big fight happening. Leafeon ult catches A9. A9's still living though, and that Leafeon goes down.
Yeah, we saw the Garchomp try and punish that Ho ult, but he was a little bit behind on the actual time. I mean, he was a little bit ahead on the actual timer of when the invulnerability ends. So he ends up missing and then going back in and dying. And just as his ult comes up too, which is what we saw is these 4 people from EX trainers were looking for that fight while the Garchomp was trying to get his ult back to be impactful when it did break out, and it was just a little bit late. Maybe if the 4 people waited just a second longer.
I love what the Talonflame is doing here as well, which is capping in this bot path while we know all 5 of them are top, because just like what I pointed out in the draft screen, we know that they want a team fight. And this Garchomp ult does come out, though, while they're team fighting in the top
Yeah,
path.
the Chomp is absolutely massive in this game.
This
gonna
Chomp
be a
is
struggle.
big. Even though he goes down to the Leafeon there, he picked up a lot of kills, and he's super ahead in levels here now.
Yes, especially now that this point lead is not very
Not
big
super
for Keedic
scary,
anymore. It is looking like EX trainers have a decent shot in the late game fight. Having this Talonflame with good mobility to maybe look for a cap.
Especially if you look at the levels, they're almost even, but they're slightly in EX Trainer's lead. So maybe if this Talon can take 13 as well, we do need that Brave Bird Plus, giving that more sustainability in that fight.
Yeah, I think a lot of this fight is going to hinge on the Suicune here from Keedic. They haven't really been able to stop the dive from the Garchomp and Talon much this game onto like the Armrouge and the Leaf and the Azu playing at range.
Yeah.
So
I think this
if
Azu
we're able to
can do a
see
lot
some
of
big stuns from the Suicune here, maybe a good ult at Ray, I think that the fight will probably swing their way.
I think this Azu can do a lot of impressive things as well, but he is getting caught out as I'm saying that, and he does go down. Ooh, getting a catch on the Talon is pretty big here, but if this Leafeon goes down, a lot of XP goes their way for EX trainers.
Ooh.
Oh, the Duck gets the triple kill. Now we see Duck is almost level 13 here.
I don't even know what 13 Psyduck does.
So it makes it so psychic. Once it hits anybody, it lowers their special defense like a lot.
We
which
did
isn't
just
very
chunk them
good.
all, meaning that we know that they would have had to reset, and we still didn't
Ooh,
take position.
Duck catches the Ho-Oh. Is that big? Oh, Ho has to eject.
Yeah.
No eject on Ho-Oh now.
It's a big
So that's-
resource because the Ho is the one that needs to survive until the fight is over to get the res out.
Yeah, the Ho-Oh really needs to play this very safe, not get caught. Armor ult goes out. We have that Leafeon ult catching that A9, killing the A9. Garchomp ult to try and survive and kill this Leafeon. Is able to eject onto the Leafeon, misses the combo though, hits the Ho-Oh. And Azu's in the back line. Ooh, Azu goes down to a heavy slam. Big Ho-Oh res. We got that res on that Leafeon. Leafeon is
Yeah.
back. It's that Solar Blade off. Trying to kill that Garchomp. Garchomp trying to just survive off this Ho-Oh and the lifesteal. Talon goes in. Ooh, just barely goes down. This Leafeon is really low.
Oh,
Garchomp gets hit up by a Ray Tornado and goes down.
oh, the
Leafeon dies
Snorlax
to
kills the
Snorlax,
Leaf.
though. These EXP shares are taking names. Oh, we stun! And we get the cap. We get the 50 cap because A9 stunned the Ho-Oh. That was huge.
Yeah, 2 ults on the left side though. For Keedic, probably gonna look to force something here. Super
Yeah, they
fast.
really want to hit this Ray.
We really
Bring
want a
them in.
Suicune ult. Just see where they are and hit
Flash
a.
over wall.
I don't know if we have flash still on Suicune, but yeah, that's a big ult. Looking for secure, and it goes to Keedic. 20 seconds. Let's see if they can get stopped here
They-
in the cap.
All they need is one cap, and I think they're just guaranteed getting it here.
Yeah.
Does look like game 1 goes to Keedic here.
Yeah, looks like Keedic is going to take down game 1. In that first Ray fight, really interesting. We saw a bit of a miscommunication from Keedic, I believe. The Armrouge, and I don't remember who else, but one other, ended up living on 1 HP when they could have died and gotten the Ho-Oh res as well. But they did end up living anyway, which I was surprised by. Which ended up being enough for a refight. The side of EX Trainers was only able to get a cap off of the first fight despite being up numbers after it. They were too low and not the right characters to actually do the race, so they ended up getting a cap, forcing it so that Keedic had to do something in the refight. But Keedic had 2 ults left, and the Suicune ult bought enough time for the rip, and they ended up securing it.
Check those damage numbers for the stream. You know you want to.
Ooh, did I not? I'm not sure whether I did or not.
You didn't. That's crazy.
Well,
I'll say them aloud. It's
Let's-
fine. Don't worry.
let's
Actually,
go
no, you can
check
check.
the damage numbers, shall we? Oh, no, I can't.
Are you sure? Are you sure you can't check profile? Someone's profile? Not yours.
I could on API, but not on my...
Oh well.
Well, looks
As
like
we got
we'll have to
71K.
watch the damage numbers for game 2.
As you got 71k, the armor got 72k, Leafeon got 61k damage, and that Suicune actually hitting that 43k threshold. That's pretty good, just for pumping out some damage here. Did you see that Suicune doing enough damage in the stuns or anything to the enemy team? I didn't see too much of that Suicune gameplay, but
Yeah, I
it
think
looked
at
like
the
they were-
end of the game it ended up being quite impactful in the refight,
Yeah,
stalling
and that
for the
Garchomp-
rip, but I didn't see much of it until then. I think the Suicune not having as much impact as it could was actually one of the
Yeah.
reasons that EX trainers had such a good showing in the first.
definitely. I also think that they need something next to think about what to do against this Garchomp, because that Garchomp got 9 kills and 84k damage, and that was a scary chomp right there.
Yeah, and that shows me that if I was EX trainers here, I would look for mons like that that can brawl a
Yes.
lot and like try and perma fight,
players.
because a lot of the fights were going their way in terms of kills. I think that they were generally getting out macroed sometimes, but they were winning a lot of team fights for EX trainers. So, see if we'll see. I would just pick mons that can like safely run at people. Okay, first ban is gonna be Clef again. I like that ban.
Yeah, we have that Clef ban.
This time
Let's see,
banning
we
the
do
Suicune.
ban the Suicune. They are afraid of the 1P Suicune, which I agree with. Ooh, looks like we're banning Alcremie as well from 1P. Oh no, we kept it up.
Yeah. I think that could be for one of two reasons. We're either not comfortable on it, so we were thinking of banning it and decided against it, or we're trying to bait the other team into leaving it up for our 1P because they think we're not comfortable on it. So, I'm curious as to which it
It does
is.
look like they banned Psyduck here. After that last game, it looks like their Ducker got banned.
Yeah, Julio the
Ducker.
Fulio was a big problem on the Duck last game. For
I know.
sure.
I'm sad that Ducker was not on Duck.
I know it is kind of a crime, but that Ducker did synergize well with Julio de Fulio on Duck.
Ooh, it looks like Julio DeFulio does pick that Alcremie. We do get to
Man.
see an Alcremie game. I'm hoping with Decorate, and they pick the Garchomp away. Love to see that because Garchomp Alcremie is not a fair combo.
Yeah, let's see what
What do
that
you
Ducker
think with
cooks up to
Cinderace here?
synergize.
I love Cinderace with the Decorate build. Looks like we do pick up Intel. It looks like they have an Intel player.
Yeah,
This
and I
Mew's
think
just-
this Mew is actually going to be support, not just because the support player picked it, but also because I don't think that they have
Have a
anyone
Mew?
else here who would be confident in playing the Mew.
Gotcha. I'm really excited to see this comp on the left side as well, from EX Trainers. I do really like to see this Alcremie and Inteleon.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what moveset this Umbreon goes as well.
They are picking Ho-Oh again for the tank slot. And they picked that Leafeon for Monk once again.
Yeah. See if he ends up going with the same move. I think it would be better to go the other one in this composition now, with the Intel and the Talonflame being easily killed.
Yes, that's true.
So I'm curious to see if Monk ends up sticking with the Solar Blade like last game, where I think it was a strong move and did work out well, or if he's going to pivot to the other move for the matchups.
I love seeing that Zacian as well in that top lane without Alcremie.
Yeah, we get to see
Zacian can get that Alcremie online, and once that Alcremie is online, it's really hard to kill anybody if the Decorate is played perfectly.
Yep. And of course, Julio the
Again.
Julio is no stranger to playing perfectly.
Yeah, and again, someone should yell at Monk because he's got that Curse Bangle on.
Yep.
And I think he forgot. I
Yep.
don't think you'd want that in this comp at all.
We have 4 cursed items actually
Oh!
for Keedic here.
I don't even think Alcremie is going healing here, which is kind of rough, actually, for them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for the Alcremie ult, so they can still fight in the Alcremie ult, but
a lot of curse.
is a single elimination.
Can you stack 4 curses? If so, I do understand the Alcremie ult a little bit. But
No.
no. Yeah, well that seems kind of useless.
You can't stack curses at all, but you can apply it to multiple people. So
Yeah, I think
maybe-
that's a huge misplay for Keedic then, having 4
Yeah,
cursed items.
They did
That's
kinda
probably
take
at least
away
2
some of
item
that,
slots
but-
wasted completely. Okay. Leafeon jungling. Curious to see whether he opts to 4 gank again. Or just clear the jungle like normal. Chomp is going to walk up in A-Prestization. I'm not familiar with top lane matchups, so you have to tell me this one. But
I mean, here's that matchup right here. Is that coaching with that Garchomp is so hard to beat. It's pretty much just the best lane. With that Garchomp and coaching together is almost impossible. to
yeah, and
defeat unless you
Zacian
have-
looked just as inexperienced in the matchup as me. Unfortunately, ends up. I think it was agilitying towards the Garchomp very early on. We do see Razor Leaf out of the Leafeon this game, which is what I was hoping for. I believe that it is a really good choice here from Monk. Unfortunate miss from the Dragon Rush, but this Zacian is normally played to be an early game character and is currently level 3 at 840.
Yeah, and it does look like they're just pushing up this top lane. This Garchomp is such a massive hyper carry now. We
Yeah.
need this Alcremie online. We need the Zacian to have points as well. It's really rough for them to play here. Once Zacian falls behind, dies once, it's so hard to get back into the game here.
Yeah. Despite the huge top lane gap, we do see jungle levels being still slightly in favor of EX trainers, probably because the Leaf opted for the 4 gank to get his top lane ahead, but he does end up sacrificing some jungle XP for that, still being about a third a level behind the Talonflame.
I think that was a bit of a misplay since his top lane already killed, but he is able to get this level 6. Oh, I thought he was going to kill that Drizzt there.
Garchomp
was
ends
able
up
to
killing
get-
both top lane off camera,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Garchomp being level 7. Going down, though.
Yeah,
to the
Garchomp
Talon.
just runs in thinking he is a god, but
Jesus. He's not Jesus.
Yeah.
Once he hits level 9, he is, but...
once the hoe hits
Yeah.
at level 9, that's the second coming. But
Again, here's the issue with falling behind with Zacian top lane is now your support is level 3.
yeah.
This happens all the time with Zacian top lanes if you die early. It looks like we are Sacred Sword here. I do like that because of all the dive that they have. I would not play it because I don't like playing that move, but that's all. I think it's
Yeah.
definitely very good here.
Setting up in bot lane with Talon and the intel hitting level 7 is very big for EX trainers.
This Alcremie really needs to find farm though.
Looks
They're
like it's
just-
going to be another pad trade here as long as they can actually end up getting the kill on this Ho.
Ooh,
But the
yeah.
Ho is really big.
They're trying to, but this Ho is just lasting so long.
And
diving
Keedic
in.
are choosing to actually support the Ho lane this time and give them allocate resources to probably end up winning both sides here.
And this Garchomp is now level 9. Now he can go dive in and kill all of them. We finally have Alcremie online level 4, but still has a move now.
And because of
thankfully.
the levels on this Garchomp, Keedic will never be punished for leaving only one in the top lane here.
Well,
Oh, well. Keedic should never be punished for leaving only one in
the
the
reason
top
why
lane.
that happened was we may have ejected and missed everything, but it's okay. Yeah.
What I was gonna say is that your top lane should be very safe with the level 9 Garchomp, meaning that you can send 4 bot here and easily win both lanes.
Yeah, it needs to
or
be
at
okay.
least keep an even
lanes.
top lane while winning bot, but unfortunately the Garchomp misplays pretty badly, and we end up with a winning lane from EX Trainers, which is what they need to get back in this game. It's huge for them. Oh, Talonflame barely misses the cap, meaning that there is going to be no pads broken.
The Mew boost does connect to a chunk of damage. And this intel, I haven't seen how this intel's been playing, but I'm excited to see if they can hit some snipes here. Any big snipes. Armor Cannon once again. I love seeing Armor Cannon from both teams here.
It was the same one.
It's the same guy.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Thank you for correcting. They swapped sides. I'm dumb.
Yeah, sorry. Big misplay from the caster here. As
Big misplay from here.
as we get into a team fight. The Leafeon gets ho-rezzed.
Oh, Garchomp dragging out the Zacian off pad actually gets the kill. That was huge by that Garchomp there. And they're able to kill everybody because of that. Into the nice armor ult.
Yeah. I wonder if the Ho-Oh could have maybe waited a second longer to get both the Garchomp and the Leafeon, but it ends up working out anyway. And
What?
we...
What do you mean?
Oh, with the res.
Oh, you mean res the Garchomp? Yeah.
I didn't see its points, though, so maybe it was impossible.
I think they played sort of safely there. With just a guaranteed res on one person, but... Ho is looking for a 40 cap. I don't think that ever goes in here with that Zacian.
Yeah, but with the objective spawning in 2 seconds, the Ho-Oh knows that the worst that's going to happen is just giving his team a free objective for this cap.
It does. We do hope that is the case because it looks like Keedic doesn't have any positioning over this objective, and they're just flipping on it. And it does look like the intel does get that secure with that auto. As this Garchomp is just trying to rip this top lane, which is definitely correct here.
Yeah, Mew unfortunately plays too far forward for the objective and gives EX Trainers the opportunity to push.
This Wish plus the Alcremie is going really well here in this lane. We do have that ult. If they just stand in that Alcremie ult, it'll get healed right back up. Even as they're capping.
Yep.
10 overdone from the bottom, but it still doesn't matter.
No, Mew misses
They broke
beam on the
that
intel
pad.
too to stop the back, and it looks like the intel will be here in time to stop this Lucky going in.
Yeah, good job from the Alcremie pushing up there, making sure they take all that moves, even for like their entire health bar, just so that their team can base and stop that Aleki.
Yep.
Good work. By
Huge
my
play
goat,
from-
Julio de Julio.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Oh man.
Yes, sir! We're same wavelength. That's how we should be. That's Julio de
Yeah.
Julio.
All right.
baby.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Julio de Julio. You fucking trolled.
Yeah, like I said, just how it is.
Level-wise,
Looks
the
like they have-
Garchomp, again, just like last game, is really big from the opposite team this time.
Alcremie just pushing up here, trying to get some vision. Doesn't know that this Armor Rouge knows where they are. Ooh, looks like they might get some caught out here, but they won't die. They're Alcremie. Well, we'll be okay here. Well, this Wish should go on this Alcremie here. This Wish... Ooh, it's okay.
Yep. We do see 14 on the Talon, and that's that jungle... The jungle lead of XP that has been happening here. But your biggest player in this fight is not currently present, and Julio Lefulio commits to a team fight despite not realizing that his Talonflame, being the most important player of his entire team, is missing.
The Talon does cap the 50, putting them in lead, but at what cost? 3 members of EX Trainers have gone down.
Yeah, and it looks like Keedic are looking to rip the Ray. But they do have Bravebird here, as well as
this is
the
a really good,
intel.
really good play for them because they're pushed out of pit. But
It's scary with the Bravebird. See if we'll see it.
The Zacian goes in and the Bravebird gets the secure.
Yeah.
I think that was a great play from Keedic. They just had to zone that Talon a bit more. They had to get vision on that Talon, but they didn't get any.
Yeah, they never found where he was, meaning that he could just stay there and keep vision on the Ray.
Yeah, that Talon played really safe, and even that Zacian went over that pit and charged ult, which was great, and burst timing with that talent.
Yeah.
So
And big shout out to the team as well, because if the team wasn't able to push in and get vision on the Ray for the Talon, he wouldn't have been able to secure it either.
true.
So,
That is very true. He would not know that HP bar.
but the Talonflame knows that he trusts his team and he doesn't have to walk up and get the vision himself. So
Yeah.
that's
Always
a good
there,
team play.
because that Talon really needed to see that health bar and not show any vision.
Yep. Big plays from EX Trainer. Looks like we're going to see this one going to game 3, which is very exciting to me.
It's always going to game 3.
Oh, is it best of 5? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We're going to see this one going to game 4, folks.
I even said that in the chat, your chat.
That's tough. I'm not looking at my chat. Let me know if there's anything that I should talk about in there.
Nah, don't worry about it. I'm responding to things in there.
30k from the intel, and as well, just seeing him not have very much presence in the fights, I'm thinking that we might want to ban it out again, like last game.
Yeah, again, something that I was calling before the set even started is I was wondering if we are going to see that Garchomp, that Leafeon, because they're very easy, like, value characters. I'm not saying they're easy to play, I'm saying, like, once you get online with them, you get easy value by just killing people. You are just so oppressive by being aggressive here. And that Garchomp and Leafeon both on the same team there was really rough to fight. But, again, during that flip, we were able to get vision and secure it with the Talon. So even if I'm EX Trainers after winning this game, I want to do something about that match, because it seemed a lot harder to play than the first game.
Yeah. Certainly, I mean, it was hard for EX Trainers. Bit of a flip with the script on the last game. Letting everyone know that we're ready here going into game 3. I'm curious how these teams will adapt, if we will see the intel again. I mean, you know, we didn't see a lot of snipes connecting, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the intel pick was not doing anything. You know.
Looks like we did ban Alcremie from 1P here on the side of Keedic. Yep. And we're trying to figure out what to ban. It's probably the Clef, yeah. We're banning that Clef. Let's see if we ban that Suicune. I do like banning that Suicune from 2P here, because I don't think you're ever getting it. Firewater will play that Suicune, as we saw in Game 1.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to opt to ban the Suicune from EX Trainers. See, giving over the Duck, though. I mean, Game 1, that Duck was absolutely massive for EX Trainers, so I wouldn't have hated to see them trade the Suicune for the Duck again like they did in Game 1.
That is true.
Looks like they might look to take away the Ho-Oh that Keedic has been playing both games.
Looks like they might be taking that Ho-Oh. The question is, are they experienced on it? Because they might not be experienced on it and just trying to take it away, which could be kind of rough. Because that Ho-Oh is, you need to play very, very well to make a good Ho-Oh.
Yeah, true. It's an interesting question, but we do take away 2 comfort picks from Keedic's tank here, Cody. /Warak /Rexy
Lax up still.
Yeah, I mean, the Lax is up, but it's not comfortable at all, from what I've heard.
I see. They still have Resguard on that Lax, so I can see why it's not that comfort, as well as that X speed. Looks like we have like a sort of flail build, and we also have Garchomp picked here.
Yeah,
Good
taking the
Garchomp.
armors as well.
I think this Garchomp's going to play a big role in these later games. Again, maybe target band. We will see. Oh, it looks like Monk is eyeing his Zera here. Yeah, Zera is pretty good here as well.
Yeah, it looks like making up for the fact that we have a broken defender that we're not as confident on. We have 2 very comfort picks here. Alpha
That Glaceon
is
yeah.
known for the Glaceon for sure. One of his
Gotcha.
most played. And Monk on the Zera, it's going to be two picks that these guys are very, very comfortable on. So if
Ooh, what do you think about Radicast locking in that mime here? It looks like the Ho is going Adam Ninja style carry build. I love that.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about the helmet though, but we'll
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
not
see.
sure. I'm not sure how good it is on carry. I don't really like it too much on support or tank, but who knows? Might be good on carry here.
Yeah, well, my problem with the helmet in this game is that most of the time you want to be spacing this Chomp and the Zera with the flamethrower, right? So you don't want to be getting hit. You don't want to be getting hit while you're in such close range, and then also your biggest counterplay on the enemy team is easily the Glaceon, which makes it weird to be building an item that is only physical defense, in my opinion. But we'll see if it works out. If the Glaceon ends up going for the Ho a lot, I think having the Rocky Helmet over something that could help either do more damage to Glaceon or take less damage from Glaceon could end up being a mistake.
Sure. I'm definitely excited to see this Zera, see if he gets any pulls on this A9 Armorish, because now we actually have EX trainers taking that Armorish. Let's see if they are Armor Cannon or Fire Spin here.
Yeah, it's a very comfort draft from left side outside of the Snorlax and the Duck. And then we've got perhaps a more trying to take away Mons from EX trainers. I'm unsure whether how much they actually play with these Mons.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out if they play this Ho and carry roll at all. I'm excited to see this carry Ho, especially with that Umbreon top lane. Getting Umbreon online would be huge here, especially
Yeah.
early game into this game.
Much better played into the Garchomp so far in the early game here. Not feeding it.
It's really rough to play in this Garchomp Duck as well.
Yeah. But they're doing a
Does look
good
like
job.
that-
This Umbreon's going to be 4.
Looks like we are sending Glaceon in that bot lane instead of jungle, which is kind of scary, but that A9 is ganking as level 3,
Four
which
Manning
means the lane did not go too
As
well.
barely level 3. Not even... Looks like he's gotten 0 farm on A9 here. I do like that we're not instantly showing vision of our strategies here, though. Probably just going to try and send... Oh, we have 4 top from both teams, actually.
Yeah,
But
it's really
Psyduck is the
interesting
one
here.
to go down.
We have that 1v1 in bot side. Looks like the Glaceon poking with the spears. She's not online yet with that level 6 upgrade, but she can poke a bit with those spears. A9 moving down bot side, trying to get some farm here.
Yeah.
It looks like both bot laners are just moving back down and the junglers are clearing, getting ready for this 8 minutes.
Yep, Focus
as
Band
both
getting
teams
procced on the Lax here is big for right side team, though.
Most teams have mirrored their macro here.
If we get a pick on this Lax later in the next minute or so, it's gonna be lethal because that Focus Band is gone.
Next minute or so, you don't even know focus band timer.
It's like a minute-ish.
Minute and a half.
How long is it? How long is it?
Minute and a half.
Minute and a half? Damn! So when I proc my focus at 3 minutes, I'm like, that's wrong?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, anyway.
Looks like they're pushing this combat.
Yeah. This flamethrower is absolutely massive to nerf the damage on the Chomp and the Zera there. I don't think they were predicting how much their attack gets weakened by flamethrower here and end up committing to a fight that they can't take because they thought they would be doing more damage in the moment.
By the way, yes, it is not minute and a half, it's minute 20, but it's close. A
Okay,
minute and a half
loser.
is level 10 focus band, actually. Focus band changes the cooldown of it depending on what level it is, which is really interesting. But for this, everyone has level 30 items, so yes, it is minute 20. My bad.
Yeah, this AJ guy sucks.
Okay, Max.
He doesn't even know focus band.
Looks like they're playing for this bot objective here, ripping it with Glaceon as the mime goes down, trying to get some vision on it. A9 just going to the pad to try and defend it here. As the Scarchomp in the top lane rips that Aleki down.
Yeah, and this Umbreon screaming at his team, I mean, look, the Zero, where's my follow-up? But he's just a little bit too deep for anyone to actually reasonably look at that.
Yeah, I know it's going to be hard to tell, but those were the actual comms that we just
Yeah,
peeked into
yeah,
for a
we
second
played
there.
real...
Oh, it looks like they're pushing that bottom pad here, popping ults as the armor ult goes out to defend the pad. And they're stopping this push pretty easily.
Yep.
As this duck has to run away with this Lex, just trying to keep their own pad up.
And let's listen into comms on this Umbreon again. Me look on duck, me look on duck. Hold on, I gotta me look. Look at me, you fucking fucks. Sorry.
Lex, you cut out every single time you try to do anything there.
Wait,
That was
actually,
great.
I'm so tilted.
Yeah, you should re-listen to that on stream. Looks like that Mila going out on the duck with the Garchomp ult going in, hitting everybody, but they're all chunked, all low. Ho-Oh going in, no ult. Ho still doesn't have ult. That's really rough here, actually. As that armor is just left solo to defend this. With his fire spin, he's able to try and keep it up, but he goes down. That 38 cap from the Zera breaks the pad.
Yeah, Keedic ended up getting a pad, and still having 80 on this bot pad is really, really big for the Glaceon, who is probably the most important piece in this game for the side of Keedic here. If we see EX trainers get a pick on this Glaceon early on in team fights, I think it'll be a lot easier for them to play the fight. But the Glaceon does so much for Keedic. Well, the rest of the carries have trouble into the Ho-Oh.
Looks like that Ho finally gets that ult now. We should see a team fight break out trying to use that Ho ult hopefully. The Garchomp ult pops again, already back up in that top fight. And the Zera ult as well, trying to kill that Mime, but the Mime ult comes out in retaliation and actually does a lot of work there. Zera's still up, doing a lot of work, and there's that Ho ult on one person. He didn't have enough points. Therese too.
Yeah, but the one person being that Mime is big for this pad defense.
That is very true, as well as that Armourouge comes out with that ult. A good Armourouge ult there.
Yeah, that Armourouge
Catching
coming
one
out
point.
as gay here. As we have, Okay.
Somebody cut that from broadcast.
Yeah, Glaceon doing big
Whoa.
damage though.
Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna have Max muted for the next set.
Yeah. They said they needed a last-minute replacement. I'm not sure why. They told me I have a medical health issue that I need to attend to.
Yeah, and it
They told
definitely has
me,
to do
I
with your
didn't.
brain.
I wanted to stay, but they said I had to leave. Trading bot objective for
Yeah.
some top caps here. We know there's no one there. We actually see vision on everyone, I'm pretty sure, so we are choosing to get the red buff instead of cap 40 here on the Mime.
We do have vision of all 5 of them still.
Well, that is an interesting choice, but now we're flanking all 5 of them as 2 EXP shares, and that goes about as
The
expected.
Glaceon poking down that Umbreon. Mime is still in this backline here, not resetting.
Gonna go try and help this Ho. This is gonna be a grave mistake.
Looks like the Mime is just gonna run through and eject and
He
probably
ends
die
up using
here.
his eject into time and dying anyway. Big mistakes coming out here from Julio DeFulio and Radicast.
Oh, now you say the name. That's kind of crazy. Looks like that Lax scoring that 40 on the bot pad. Good decision making from him. As he should be able to get out safely.
Yeah, most likely
His
will
focus
be
band
safe
might
here.
get procced though. We'll see if that focus band takes it. Doesn't. He's Snorlax. He's fine.
He does have to give over positioning here, though. Being able to position in this in their side here when Keedic has bought pad advantage is big, because they easily could have been here earlier and not gotten forced out easily. We have 2 people really close to taking 13 for EX trainers here. I wonder if we're going to try and send one of them maybe to B's or see if we can get these 13s before we fight. It doesn't look like it though. Mime goes in.
Mime stunning that Glaceon. Glaceon ejects out. And that Umbreon ult goes out as well. Getting caught by the Garchomp. Garchomp going in and ulting as Monk is ulting at the Zera. Oh, Glaceon picking up kills. And the Ho goes down without even ulting and rezzing. That is really unfortunate. Looks like this team fight might be lost here as the Ray is getting ripped and Glaceon secures. This game is looking really rough, but there is a minute on the clock. Let's see if IMAX thinks it's winnable. IMAX, thoughts?
It's lost. It's over. I will say
Doesn't
though.
even look like.
Yeah. I called it. Okay, that team fight though, very interesting. We see a big mistake from the Mime at the beginning of the team fight. Sorry, we see a big mistake from Radicast at the beginning of the team fight.
Dude, bro.
He ends up
I thought you were gonna say sorry and then be like.
He ends up missing the timing on getting the confusion from the last ult tick, which allowing the Glaceon to eject there. If we saw him confusion and maybe like a second earlier and maybe get a pick on that Glaceon, the fight could have definitely gone a different direction. But the Glaceon ends up putting in a lot of damage and stuff from the backline after living. So that's not the end of this set, though. We could see EX trainers claw it back in Game 4 and 5, potentially. What are you thinking about the draft here, AJ?
I'm thinking someone has to do something about Garchomp getting infinite value every single game. And also, I gotta read this chat. It's not anything you need to respond to, but Monkey says, "Can I cast my game tomorrow?"
Tell him yes. He's welcome to.
Okay. He's okay. What do you mean? Tell him yes. He can hear you.
Oh yeah, yes, you can cast. Actually, give me voice comms. I'm actually gonna fucking join the fucking secret tech VC mid game to get voice comms for the stream, bro.
Oh yeah, that sounds
fire.
great.
Monkey, is that G?
Monkey's not even the fucking. Team.
Yeah, that's fine. I just need his permission.
Okay.
So that I can pretend that I'm in the right. Stream G? Yes. Let me say G. G.
Looks like we're going into this draft now. Let's see if any bands are different. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, Kyoto.
Yo.
And I'm not
Kyoto.
saying Kyoto. That's dumb.
No, looks like we're sticking to similar bands here. We do have EX trainers back on 1P though, where they ended up winning before. But the cream is taken away from them this time. And the Talonflame. That Talonflame was absolutely massive in their victory as well. In Game 2.
That is true. Does look like we 1P intel here. Looks like we are prioritizing that intel. We don't want to play against it, and we do want it on our team for sure.
Yeah, let's see if you can make it work a little bit
Does
better
give that
this time.
Garchomp. Love prioritizing this Garchomp here as it's doing so much work against in these games here.
It's not much lifting.
Does look like we do get that Fable up now, and the Lax. Let's see if this Clef can do some work on Julio DeFulio. Am I muted on the stream? Okay. Sorry, there's background noise for IMAX. Looks like we have that Zera Aura and that Buzzwole here. I do like that Zera coming out again. We're actually stealing it from Monk. I didn't even realize we're on the other team. I'd love to see this Buzzwole in the top half. Maybe it can do something against this Garchomp early game. We need to do something against this Garchomp again. We have that Ho-Oh coming out. Ho-Oh has been playing so much right now. It's really interesting here.
Yeah. And as well, we have Latitrals back. I hate it every time I say it. I used to say Litrals or something, and I like it so much better. But I'm going to go with what Mid said. Latitrals on Zera. We saw him put on a really good speedster game on the Talonflame earlier, and we'll see if he can do well on the Zeraora as well. And Dat Ducker on Buzzwole with the Float Stone I found very interesting. And I quite like it. I think I actually am a fan. It lets you get around and maybe in some of these flank positions a lot easier. See if he'll end up having enough damage, though, with the Float Stone. Might be hard to live into the Glaceon Armors or maybe DPS the Garchomp or the Ho.
Yeah, for sure. And Max, while you have more than 2 viewers, is there anything you wanted to shout out? While you have 15 viewers?
Yeah, shout out, what's the one thing that Machizzle said one time? That was really dumb.
I don't remember.
Shout out Asians or something.
Now it just sounds weird. Alright, looks like that top lane is going a bit differently this time. Nice. Like, Fable's getting stacked, but that Garchomp is still big here.
Yeah, Chomp picking up a solo ball on the fucking Buzzwole. And that Ducker did not learn from the Zacian game, still trying to 1v1 the Chomp as level 2.
I agree with no one in specific in the chat that said this. Shout out Onion.
Shout out Onion. I actually agree as well. Shout out Onion. Onion, you should come cast the game sometime. Be fire. Chomp hitting level 5 for bees. It's going to be a huge bonus to Keedic being able to pull these bees away from EX trainers.
Oh, looks like that Zera is Spark. Going in and dies to that Fire Spin here. Clef having to eject just to live here, but that Garchomp does pick up the kill.
Yeah, and
trying to stay alive.
I would attribute that bee win still to the level 5 Garchomp, even though we don't see it actually pulling the bees or pulling the enemies very much. What it does is the Zera, realizing that the Garchomp is level 5, thinks that he has to do something quickly at the bee fight. He has to make a play now if he wants the bees to go his way, because they'll just get pulled away, and it ends up meaning that he gets a little bit ambitious and dies.
Ooh, looks like that we are Leech Life here into this Garchomp. I like to see that. Ooh, yeah. We are not able to get that slash on the Chomp, and the Chomp is able to live.
It's unfortunate. This Chomp gets level 7 at just the right time, I believe, to end up living.
Oh, and the Chomp grabbing multiple people, not fighting on his pad though. He's fighting in the back line, and the Zerg does get the kill, but goes down in the process. And that Clef is still snagged out in the back. Has to die here to this Armor-ish.
Buzzwole getting chunked as well. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a really, really hard game to play for EX trainers. The only route here being the Zera, and you really want to find this Glaceon if you're Zera, because diving into the Garchomp or the Armor-ish here could see the fight being turned against you, even if it looks good.
Does look like the Zera is going and trying to do something here, but he just gets slowed by this Ho and picked up by this Glaceon. In the ball lane here, and this Glaceon's just gonna rip this objective now. No one to stop him except the Lax. Ooh, we are trying to chunk down this Lax with the Glaceon as well.
Yeah, we see Ho
Give that
staying with
Glaceon-
Glaceon here. I think the Ho
Looks
should
like that
be...
Zera's playing a bit dangerously here. Zera does go in, full heals, and goes down again. Uh-oh. This is kind of rough. This Clef is trying to get stacks. Trying to play safe. But I think this Clef is going down, as we are Gravity.
Yeah, we see this Garchomp, though, in the top side, ends up ulting onto the home pad for the intel. Maybe gonna get punished for it.
Yeah, just barely. Still gets a kill, though.
Yeah. And that's how crazy of overpowered this Mon is here in this game. That he's able to go onto home pad and escape with a kill. Well, not escape, but get a kill.
Wow, escape by dying.
Yeah, escape.
Escape the IMAX way. AJ Tech time.
Yes.
Oh, looks like that Buzzwole gets stunned out of that Smackdown. And it has to go down here. Looks like this game is looking a bit rough with the game state wise.
Yeah, and you have to wonder for EX trainers what is the best way back into this game.
Is there
After-
anything after the draft screen that you would have changed about the comp? Do you think here?
Yeah, I'm still not seeing a lot happen from this Inteleon pick that they picked early. I would have loved to see Fantasy on the A9 again, where
Yeah, the
he
A9
was,
looked pretty good.
hitting his moves. Or
Okay.
what?
He was in fact hitting his moves on the A9. Oh, and that fight goes pretty badly here as they're pushing that bottom pad. They do have jump pad up though, so this could be a bit rough. Could have some comeback XP. As that
No, a bit of
Buzzwole is
a
going
weird
on.
skirmish for EX trainers here. They do end up getting a couple kills though, which is
That is really big.
absolutely
that-
massive for them.
That armor is going down is really big actually.
Chomp's gonna break top pad.
He does break that. Anyway, my question was not picks. I was talking about after the draft screen. Was there anything you'd change, like moves or items or anything?
Oh yeah, I might want to put body barrier on the Snorlax.
Oh, gotcha.
Uh,
Like Leech Life. We have Leech Life Buzz. Do you think that's probably good? here?
Yeah, I was also
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about the
yeah,
Leech
yeah.
Life. The Leech Life feels like a bit of a weird pick with the Floatstone. I think I was expecting the because of the Floatstone pick, which I didn't even mind that much. I was expecting to see Superpower with the Floatstone.
Yeah, I got you. I think the only thing I would change here is probably that Gravity. I don't think it's too useful in this situation.
Yeah. And what we need to do here on the side of EX trainers is we just need to see what, we need to see, try and bait the team of Keedic here to playing on the Razor's Edge, somewhere where they can't, which they bait pretty well, playing on the home pad,
Ooh.
pushing this in, but it works out
But it
for
does
them in
go
a
in.
3v4.
See, now this is a really rough game state, as it's almost unwinnable here with this 450 point lead.
Yeah, it's hard for sure. Level 15 on the Chomp. Ho-Oh being a huge factor here with the reduced damage, meaning you can't even get picks with your Zera
Yeah, it's
very
really hard to-
reliably or the
Well-
Buzzwole.
Yeah, that's Zero, or it cannot do too much into this Ho-Oh, especially it being level 12. If it hits 13, it's almost impossible to kill anybody here.
What we're going to have to see from this fight, if we want to see any winning chances for EX trainers, I think we're going to have to see a lot of big snipe shots land onto Glaceon and Armarouge, even Garchomp. I think if we can chunk their carries with our snipes, maybe get some huge snipe shots and then force them out of pit a little bit, then we could maybe commit to some sort of Ray Flip. But it looks
Yeah,
like they're
something
just
I
going to
didn't-
push the top pad,
Oh, it
and
looks
this is
like we
not
are-
what you like to see.
Oh, I thought we were going to get maybe a kill on that Armorish with that Leech Life, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just going to live. Oh, we do get one kill, but the timer on that Buzzwole and Zera are a bit long, and they might just rip it on spawn once again. Let's
Yeah,
see if
looks
this
like
intel
they're
can
gonna
do
flip it.
anything about it.
That's a big
we
snipe
do
shot.
choose that Glaceon. That is big. That is really big.
He does choose to take all the spears, though, instead of letting his Clef take it with the
Our
Moon.
Lex and Clef really tried there. I'll be
Yep.
honest.
That being said, though, we just need to keep looking for snipe shots here. If we're able to force them out with snipe shots, we can maybe force a Rayquaza here.
Yeah, they don't have any healing on their team. They only have the Toho to reduce
Yeah,
some
we
damage.
don't want anything committal. And that's why this Garchomp is
Ooh,
going in.
and
He
that's-
wants something
Yeah, that
committal.
Garchomp is choosing to kill that Inteleon. He wants to get this kill, and this Intel just has to run, has to move out.
Yeah. And I would have loved to see the rest of the team kite out and help the Intel, but it looks like Zera charged in and died during that. And like I said, we just don't want anything committal here, so I think that's a big mistake by the Zeraora.
Ooh, and that Intel finally goes down to that Garchomp claw.
I mean-
they don't even have to do the Ray at this point. They're up by so much. They just want to pressure their side, just do whatever they want. They could even pressure Caps. And that's all they have to do here.
Yeah,
As
I
that
mean,
Zera goes
really,
down once
really, it's
more.
tragic. You think... I see this a lot from what EX trainers have done with their disadvantage here, is that they are thinking that they need to be more desperate than they need to be. Because if they had actually remained calm in the deficit, they would have had a lot better chances of actually getting a favored situation.
Anyway, do you think it's even winnable here? Because you would call them if it is winnable. That's what you would say.
Probably not. I mean, Clef can stop this Ho, but we're going to need 500 points
It's
here.
definitely not. It's definitely not.
Yeah.
So it looks like
Keedic is going to
and the
take
Ray
it.
goes down to Keedic as well.
Yeah.
Let's see if they want to get up their points scored.
No, both the Buzzwole and the Zera being very eager to make something happen despite being so far behind, instead of trying to wait for the right moment. Ends up costing EX trainers, as well as getting far behind in the first place was a tragedy. Intel being honestly what I was thinking was being not very good in the early game, and potentially even something I would change about the draft, but ends up being like the hope for the team, actually. Being
Yeah, I think that was a bit of an issue there, that they picked that Zera away from Monk just to take it away, but it doesn't seem like they were too confident on playing Zera into that comp here, as they had a lot of tankiness, and then that Zera was discharge Spark, and I don't think that was what we should have gone there.
Yeah, the Zera also just seemed to see red a lot, unfortunately.
That is true.
And you can't play like that when they have Arm Rouge and Garchomp and things like this that just punish
Wait,
you
check
for
the damage!
trying to kill them.
Did you take damage on stream?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Probably.
Anyway, that was the best of 5 here.
Yeah, ends up
Oh, you did,
being
you
a
did,
4-game series.
I just wanted to point out the fact that Glaceon and Garchomp both having over 100k,
Yeah.
which big numbers here. I did not expect that Glaceon to go off as much as it did, but that Clef really let those damage numbers soak, as well as that Garchomp just being an insane force in all of these games here. Every single game that you saw, just Garchomp was picked early after the first few sets. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Keedic who were able to pick up on the Garchomp being such an important...
Yeah, and that
piece.
really won them a lot of these small fights and skirmishes here.
Anyway, still a well-played set to both teams. Is there any notes that you have closing? Maybe we could...
I wanted to shout out, tomorrow we have a match of Secret Tech versus Hamsters, also known as K2T, old name. They might be called K2T a lot, just because me and Adam are both used to calling them K2T. But yeah, it was a great set today, and hopefully tomorrow will also be a good set. See you guys then. I'm
Yep.
not sure which stream it'll be on. I think it'll be on Adam's stream, maybe both.
Probably GG4 Admin Ninja.
Yep.
I should cast over the Adam stream. Just show the Adam stream in my stream, and
Please don't. Please just show your own
yeah,
stream.
that would
That'd
be horrible.
Let's have 2 different streams. Anyway, yeah.
Do we want to do anything? Like, we could probably pull Monk into the call and ask him a couple questions if we wanted to, or are we just calling it a day on that one?
I'm down for that. If you wanted to.
Mid, are you still here? Do you want to get him, or should I ask him if he wants to come?
Yeah, I'll jump in.
Alright, bet.
I'm rooting for Ham. Please beat Rat's team. I agree, Monkey.
Monkey's rooting against himself. Oh no.
No, he's rooting against Rat's team.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then Rat said, it's not my team, bro. And Monkey said, he's the captain. He is, in fact, the captain.
Oh, let me pull. Hello.
Hello? Is that Monk?
Yeah.
Hello, what's going on?
How's it going, Monk? Was there a certain pick there that you noticed that was, like, really key for your team to beat EX Trainers?
The Glaceon. Glaceon was cooking.
Yeah. Were you really comfortable on picking that Glaceon into the clef at the end there?
Yes. He's a one-trick Glaceon. I will take him on that mon into any comp.
Only Glaceon? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, listen to this, everybody. If you're against Keedic, just ban Glaceon, trust.
Easy. Easy dubs.
Max, is there any questions you want to ask?
Yeah, I'm curious about the draft of the first couple games, as well as what do you think went wrong in game 2 and in game 1, both those being very, close sets with a lot of up and downs. I was wondering, what do you think went well, and what do you think went wrong for your team in those 2 games?
Game 2, we flipped when we didn't need to. Kind of just unfortunate. Talon hid in the bush, we zoned the intel and they got it. We could have just killed them over and over again like we did the last game. Game 1, it's our first game as 5, and all we're doing is showing up and pressing buttons.
Hey, that's a good explanation for that one.
Hey,
Sometimes-
that is
sometimes that's just
what
what
you do
happens.
in this game. Just show up and press buttons.
So our support player before, like the couple minutes before the games, he said, yeah, I'm good on support attackers. The only one I don't play is Mew. And he was going to swap in the game, and he accidentally picked Mew.
Ah.
Yeah.
And then our
And nobody
attacker
else on the
also
team
said-
was a Mew players. Mid called or
Exactly.
Max called out, and that so we just played
exactly.
Mew Garchomp actually looked really good in the early lane phase though, in the top lane. So I didn't like that coaching. Anyway, any last second thoughts, Max or Monk here?
Yeah,
Or
actually,
something-
I'll do one more question. If you had a player on your team besides yourself that you'd like to shout out for their performance today, who would it be?
Or even yourself. I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, that
I
would
would like
actually
to
be
shout
fun.
out my entire team other than myself, because if you look at the numbers, okay, we had like a 30k Leaf game and then a 40k Leaf game. Just wasn't having it tonight. It's been a while. Haven't played jungle in a bit, but so the whole team did great. They carried me on their backs, and we got the dub.
Nice. Great to hear. Don't worry. Next week will be your week.
Yes, exactly.
Alright, have a good one, you guys. Thank you for the set.
GG's. Thanks, you guys. Later.